Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are getting ready for our annual crawfish bash. So this is something that we do every year. So come along with me as we prepare for this crawfish bash from the beginning to end. So these are our coolers that we use. We kind of stored them away. You can see they're a little bit, dirty, and they still have labels and stuff on them. We put the scientific term for crawfish on them and things like that. So these coolers will house the crawfish once they're cooked. They'll have potatoes in some, corn in some. We also do blue crabs and shrimp, and we've done mushrooms in the past, different things like that. So these house our food once it's cooked, and it keeps it warm. But they have been stored away all year long, so it's time to get them nice and clean. So what I got to do is I've got to open them all up, and I've got to bleach them a couple of times, clean them out, scrub them out, and rinse them. And same thing for the outside. So that's what I'm doing right here. This is kind of a dirty job, so I put on, just some old clothes that I don't care if it gets bleached or dirty. And so come along with me. I'm just going to go ahead and bleach them out. I like to use this bleach spray. It's from Walmart. It's really easy because it already has bleach in it, so I don't have to make my own solution or anything. I just spray it, and it does really good of getting any kind of mold or any spots that are stained or anything like that out. So that's what I use. And then I just use a microfiber cloth and scrub them out, and then I spray them. So this is my little area where I'm working. This is just the beginning of the preparations today. I'm going to be taking you along through everything from the shopping at the Kima seafood markets to setting up in our backyard to how we prepare by doing fun things like setting up our cars for others to view. And we just do a lot of different things for this crawfish bash. So we've been doing this crawfish bash now for, probably 7 years. It started off at my house, at my little house. I have a small little lake house that I used to live in, and our first crawfish boil was there. And it was a much smaller crawfish boil. Every year it gets bigger and better. We are always adding more and more to it, and this year is no different. So come along with me so I can show you some of the new things that we're doing for the crawfish boil, and we can have fun together. So if you haven't watched my crawfish video from last year, I do have a vlog about how I set up for that crawfish boil, and I also show the crawfish boil. So if you're interested in seeing how that last year's crawfish boil was, I really recommend that video. I will go ahead and link it in the pinned comment down below if you are interested in watching it. So this is part of the dirty job that I'm doing here. After this, I think we'll go ahead and get some more setup, and maybe we'll go shopping. So crawfish is native to Louisiana and certain parts of Texas, and it's something that we do here. We get together, and it's a social kind of food gathering where everybody just gets a big bowl of crawfish, and we just peel them and eat. And a lot of people like to drink beer alongside them. And have different kinds of things like potatoes and corn with it. But it's really a social gathering. It's something that we look forward to every year. There's a crawfish season, and it usually begins from February to maybe September or so. And it just kind of changes. There's times of the year that the crawfish is a little bit better. And then there's times where you don't want to eat crawfish at all because it's not out there. So anyhow, here are all the coolers that are now cleaned up. I'm going to let them air dry. And so this is our setup. This is where we're having the crawfish boil in our backyard. They have already delivered and set up the tent and some chairs, but we've got to do the rest of the setup. So we're bringing all those coolers here to the back so that we can start setting up. This is what the tent looks like. Every year we rent a tent, and this is the one that they have for us this year. These are just those commercial type tents, and they're really good. They don't, fall over. They can withstand lots of wind. We've still got to set up the tables and the chairs, and we're planning to do some tablecloths on them with some goodies and things on top of the tables. So we'll be doing that together later, so stay tuned for that. But here it is. Everything's been delivered, which is good. We're always sometimes worried about it arriving on time, and they came and dropped everything off the day before. So we're good to go with that. Now back here we have our propane. We went and filled up our propane tanks. This is what you need to cook the crawfish. It's what heats up the pots and the cooker. And this is the cooker back here. It is a crawfish cooker where you can actually cook crawfish just like your crawfish pot, but it's much bigger and holds a whole lot more. So we're really lucky to have this one. And we will also be using our old-fashioned crawfish pot that we've had for the longest time. Okay, so back here is our pond. We've set up our fountains in the pond. We just need to turn them on. We've set up some little signs that says watch for alligators. Of course, there's really no alligators in this small pond. It's just something cute to put up. Do not feed the alligators. Coming to our crawfish boil really feels like coming to the country. We live in a very kind of wooded country area, and so we have different things like a fire pit, and we have our outhouse back there, our pond, as you can see, that you can actually fish in. And we got our coolers and stuff set up here. We're going to have to fill all of this tomorrow, and so we will be doing that together. But this is what it looks like before we have everything set up. There is my little office that I work out of for School of Scarlet. All right, so now is the next day. We are here at the seafood market. As you can see, they have a big sign for crawfish, but we're actually here for the seafood. So we're going to be getting blue crabs, and here they are. I actually bagged them up this year, and it was quite interesting. Anyhow, here are the big, huge, colossal shrimp. These are the ones that we are getting. We're getting some big bags of them. That shrimp is amazing, y'all. So here is some red snapper. I'm just giving you a little bit of a tour of what they do have here at the fish market. This fish market is located in Kemah, Texas. It's really known for its Gulf seafood. They go out and fish every day for the seafood, and it's best to get here early in the morning where you can get the freshest seafood they have. Look at those big tuna steaks. So this is a place that we all know of here in our area to go get seafood, and the prices are pretty good as well. So that's another reason to come shop here, not just for the freshness and the wonderful seafood, but also for the prices. We oftentimes stock up on catfish and things like that for very, very inexpensive, and we freeze it in our freezer and we eat on it till the next time we come back. You can see the prices are there. They have tilapia, they have everything you can think of as far as seafood, catfish, everything that you could ever think of for seafood. This is a very rich seafood area. Kemah also has a really nice boardwalk. I made a video about that under Hidden Gems playlist on here. It's a really cool place to come visit as a vacation as well. So go check that out if you're interested in Kemah, Texas. This is what it looks like outside. They are located right off the water. So I'm just showing you a little bit of a view of what it looks like there. Now we are actually in Texas City, Texas, and we are picking up our crawfish from a place called Boyd's. This is where we pick up our crawfish every year, and I think we're getting almost 300 pounds of crawfish this year, which is a lot less than we did last year, but we got it all and we're headed back home. So here we are back in our backyard. We've set up, a little bit of our tent. We haven't put everything up because we will be doing that the next day. But we got our coolers under there, our chairs set up. We got our cooker under there. All of the things that we're going to need are actually under this tent. And that way tomorrow we can just lift the tent and we can begin cooking. So that is what the setup there looks like. We also have these purging tanks that we actually created this year. This is our cooker that I'm showing you, but the blue kind of tank looking things, those were the purgers, and I'll show you that just real briefly here. For crawfish, you do have to purge them, then come live, and they are called mud bugs for a reason. They are filled with mud, and so you have to purge them by sprinkling salt and water, and essentially they purge out all of the mud. And then once they're all clean, you can boil them and they're ready to eat. So here is the backyard once again. I think I'm going to get ready to set up a lot of the things here now, like the tables and chairs and all of that. So first we got to go out front and set up our banner. This is our crawfish boil banner. I bought this banner off Amazon years ago and we use it every year. I'm surprised it's holding up this far, but it does. Now here it is, just like magic. All of the tables are set up with tablecloths, which I do tape down due to the wind that could happen. And I put a citronella candle, some paper towels to wipe your hands with, some little decorations, and I put some Mardi Gras beads and some crackers for the blue crabs. So you can see what the setup looks like here. It's just simple and sweet, but it works. And so I just use the plastic Dollar Tree tablecloths, and after we're done, we just rip them off, so it's really easy to do. I put some cookies on this table, and I'm going to bring out a big tray of watermelon that's in our freezer later. So those are the sweet treats we have. This is our table of condiments and kind of like our plates and things. So I have a big bag of Mardi Gras beads. Crawfish is known to be Cajun, so I wanted to bring some Cajun aspects to it through the Mardi Gras beads. We have our trays here. We all use these trays to get our crawfish. So everything is there that you would need. Okay, so let's take a little walk around now that a few more things are set up. We have our trash bin set up. Some trash goes into the trash. The actual crawfish shells, we just throw them into the woods or into the pond. And the critters in our property that live there naturally will eat that stuff up. And it's actually really good for the pond as well. This is a game I created. It's just kind of like a toss game, beanbag toss. So I just put that out for the kids. We had there a cornhole. That's a very popular game here in Texas. If y'all play cornhole where you live, comment down below or give me a like. We have our four-wheelers out. This is something we leave out for the kids, and if they want to go ahead and ride the trails around, then they can go ahead and get on and go for a ride. It's something that we always have out for the kids. So here are our coolers. We have the coolers that I showed you, the rustic coolers, and then we also have some blue coolers here for extra. I was thinking to put the watermelon in there, but my watermelon's actually really nice and cold, so I think I can just put it straight on the table. So all of the drinks are in there now. We got water, we got Dr. Pepper, Coke Zero, all that stuff. So over here is our fire. We like to have the fire going during the crawfish boil for ambiance, and it's really nice just to see it. I love, campfires and things like that, and it gives a good smell as well. There is the pond. We have turned on the fountains in there, so the water is starting to circulate. Over here is where we have our stereo system. You do have to create a vibe, for any party, and so we have a wonderful playlist that we created that we play for everybody. We got things like our Cheetos and bubbles and things for the kids that are running around over here in the back. So this is the pond. It's just this little smaller pond that we actually dug out ourselves. And so there it is. Over here we have a few picnic tables, and I've done the same thing as the other tables. Mardi Gras beads, citronella candle, some paper towels, and some crackers. I think the kids will run around a little bit more on this side, so I have these like corn glasses that people can take pictures with, mostly the kids, so I put those out just for fun. So actually all of our crawfish is in that U-Haul. So when we go pick up those hundreds of pounds of crawfish, we rent a U-Haul and put them in there with a ton of ice, y'all. And that vehicle that's pulling it is my trusty old Ford Escape. I am a very big fan of Ford Escapes, especially those older ones. If you're looking for a rugged vehicle that can do things for you, like I use it to carry feed and lots of the farm life type stuff I do, I love that little SUV. So it's going. The crawfish is now cooking. You can actually smell all of the spices. Crawfish is boiled in a ton of spices, as you can see here on this table. Anything from garlic to hot sauce to, these crawfish boil packages and garlic and everything you can think of that's very flavorful. You boil it in there and it creates this really strong smell. Sometimes it makes me cough, but it is so delicious, y'all. So now we're setting up our cars. This is our fleet of silver cars this year. One of those is my car, one of them is my daughter's car, and then I have my husband's cars. And so we've set up a few little areas where we have cars set up. We are really big car enthusiasts, so that is part of the thing that we like to share with our guests, just letting them see our cars, and sometimes we let them drive our cars. So over there we have another car set up. We'll go there next, but here's another picnic table. I want to show you how I set up every little table and area with crawfish stuff, so that people can eat in different areas. There is our garden, y'all. If y'all have been following my channel, you have seen some of my garden updates. The garden is still going strong, so that's another thing. We can have people pick out garden vegetables if they want while they're here, and we did have a few people do that this year. So this car here is the Dodge Viper. It's one of my favorites. I love the body style of this vehicle. I just think it looks amazing. So here is one of the trays of crawfish, shrimp, potato, everything. It was so yummy, y'all. It was so good. But we're coming to an end here, and so we've picked our vegetables. You can see they got the green tomatoes, and these girls are playing axe throwing. This was a great day out in the country having our crawfish boil. Thank you for coming along. I'll catch you on the next